Welcome to Tuesday, May 6th. Is there any?
No, let's start with roll call. Let's do that. Andrew Chorney, Cheryl Hartman, Christina Dwar, Lisa Beckholtz, John Hart, By Newman, Griffin Smith, Katie Fairbanks, MCAT are all online. In 206, we have Commissioners Vero, Strohmeyer, and Slotnick, Allison French, Carrie Powers, Maddie Scott, Brenda Davis, Ann Hughes, Annie Cackney, and Chris Lounsbury.
Thank you. Is there any public comment on items not on the agenda? We got 3 consent agendas. Anything?
I'm happy saying we should pass this consent agenda. Second.
Any further discussion or public comment? All in favor? Aye. On to our 1 action item with Spain.
Hi, good morning, commissioners. Apologies for not being there in person. I had another meeting pushed a little longer than expected, and I didn't want any risk of running late to y'all. Today, I'm bringing forward a proposed amendment to our interlocal agreement with the city of Missoula that regards our joint heat pump water heater rebate. The amendment basically does 3 things. It extends the life of the rebate program, which was originally set to sunset this month. It increases the rebate amount from $575, or perhaps more accurately, $500 than with $75 if people completed a survey, up to $1,493, and it funds the rebate program with $45,920 in earmarked federal dollars as a grant, so it doesn't cost the city, the county, or local taxpayers anything. By point of history, for folks who are maybe not as familiar, since 2023, the county and the city have had a joint rebate program for local residents who install heat pump water heaters in their homes. Heat pump water heaters are a good technology that often save people hundreds of dollars a year on their power bills, but they can be sort of comparatively expensive up front. So even though they pay for themselves and more over time, many people don't have the ability to, spend a handful of $1,000 to access those longer term savings. So the rebate has been a great way to help people tunnel through that cost barrier to be able to lower their energy bills and their climate impact. Our existing rebate program, which was funded by the Montana Department of Environmental Quality, has been pretty successful. We've given out about 50 of these rebates. Most of the recipients have filled out a satisfaction survey a handful of months later, rating their appliance an average of 4.65 out of 5 stars. And of course, they've rated the rebate even higher. So people have really liked having these in their homes. They've really appreciated the rebate's ability to help them be able to do it. And we have the opportunity to extend and expand that program because the city received an energy efficiency and conservation block grant from the Department of Energy. And in their approved grant application, they applied for funding to expand, specifically to expand the heat pump water heater rebates. So these are federal funds. They're earmarked for exclusively this purpose. And again, don't cost local taxpayers anything. But in order to expand and extend the rebate, both you all and City Council will need to approve an amendment to the interlocal. It's on City Council's agenda for May 12th. We don't anticipate any controversy here, so it should be live by the middle of the month. And again, from the Climate Action Program's perspective, this is a good way to help families lower their monthly bills. It helps advance our climate goals, and it doesn't cost local taxpayers anything. So presuming you and council approve the amendment, people living anywhere in Missoula County will be able to apply to receive a $1,435 rebate towards a new efficient water heater.
Svein, how would a person go about applying? How does the program work?
Sure. So the county, the Lands and Communities Office, our admin staff manage the rebate, and so people can go one of 2 ways. They can either pre-apply, where they give us some information about what they intend to do, and really that's just to get confirmation that there's still funds in the rebate program for them, so that there's no risk of them, going and doing the work and then finding that the pot is empty. But otherwise, whether people start getting pre-approved or people apply after the fact, they give the county a receipt. So, we know that they did it. We need a proof of installation, which is generally just a photo of it installed in somebody's home. And then they need to pull a permit, which is true for any major plumbing change. And this constitutes one of those. So somebody goes and gets, depending on where they live, a city or a county permit. They send us a photo, they give us the receipt. It's like a one-page paperwork form. It's pretty straightforward. And then the county cuts them a check.
How long can we extend it for? Maybe you told me this and I forgot.
So this interlocal amendment would extend the program by up to 2 years. The city's money, the city grant is a 1-year grant, so funds would need to be expended by the end of June in 2026. So that's that, basically $46,000 infusion. We still have about $9,000 left over from the DEQ cycle. So DEQ gave us also about $45,000 to run the heat pump rebate program in 2023. We gave out quite a few grants, right? We spent the majority of that money, or we gave out quite a few rebates, but we still have a little bit of money left. And DEQ said that we could continue to use that money for rebates, even though their grant term has expired. They're like, this has gone well. It's been more effective than some other communities where we've tried this. And so long as you sort of want to keep using that money, you can. And so our proposal or our plan would be to use this more time delimited federal money for the first year. And then after that, we would spend down the remainder of the DEQ funds.
Shane, is this a reimbursable grant? So as opposed to the money being in the bank, do we need to, us in the city, expend the dollars and then seek reimbursement from Department of Energy, in which case this seems like the perfect program to get canceled by the administration?
Yeah, Commissioner Strohmeyer, that is an astute question. You are correct that it is reimbursable on a month-by-month basis. And if they cancel the grant at any point, then we just wouldn't be able to give those rebates away. But, might as well get started, at least from a staff perspective. The city's grant officer at DOE, says that this is secure as any reimbursable federal funds are right now. They have approved it. And so
Very secure.
not very secure, right? But we have it until we don't. And we would hate to just proactively cancel our own grant, if that makes sense.
Oh, let's get the money out the door.
Yes.
And how much does heat pump water heater cost?
It's a good question.
Average?
Yeah, so there's the cost of the appliance and the cost of installation. We'll allow folks to self-install, presuming they have their credentials and again, get a permit and do everything right, have that inspection. But it seems like most people don't, right? They work with a contractor. It seems like people often buy the water heater itself for around $2,000. Some people get fancier models for more. We've had a couple of people clock in around $1,500 for the water heater. And then the cost of a contractor to install it really varies. We've had some as low as like $3,000, more in the $5,000 to $7,000 range. Kind of depends on what you need to do with your home. But it's safe to say that the new rebate will often pay for most of the cost of the heater itself.
Great, thank you. I'm sorry, did you motion?
Oh, I would move that we amend the interlocal.
Second that.
Any further discussion or public comment? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Thanks so much, Shane.
Thanks, Shane.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Correspondence. Okay, I guess events, invitations. Have a great Tuesday, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.